Today's Swift-adjacent drama is serving romance, chaos, receipts, and one very wholesome dad moment buffet. First up, insiders say Gigi Hadid is in full Mrs. Bradley Cooper mindset and treating love like a finish line with confetti. And then, Matty Healy fans allegedly start floating the wild idea of him interrupting the Swift-Kelce wedding because the internet never met a peaceful moment it didn't want to ruin. And then we've got Taylor and Travis stepping out for their first public 2026 date, casually holding hands like they don't know they're breaking everyone's group chats.
Swift and Travis Kelce were seen out recently in Los Angeles having dinner. And this is the first time we've seen them together in a bit. We saw Taylor recently at St. Haim's wedding. According to People, it says they had a recent dinner date in LA. They were spotted on their way to having a meal at Funk Restaurant in Beverly Hills, California.
And then Blake Lively reportedly wants her texts with Taylor sealed, while Taylor seems unbothered.
She wants 3 things specifically sealed for your eyes, and that is text messages between her and Taylor Swift.
Meanwhile, Matt Damon hypes Kylie Kelce's mom skills.
Jason Kelce's wife is a rock star.
Yeah, Kai! Yeah, Kai! Yeah!
And finally, Stephen Colletti's white horse secret with Donna Kelce pops up.
We talked about how she liked to bake cookies and how she's like a mom.
Picture this. You're Gigi Hadid. You're basically the human equivalent of a glossy magazine cover, and yet you're still doing the same thing the rest of us do, overthinking relationship timelines like it's an Olympic sport. Except instead of doom-scrolling engagement rings on Instagram at 2 a.m., you're dating Bradley Cooper and mentally auditioning your future last name. Insiders say Gigi is in full "this is the one" mode right now, and not in the casual vibes only way, more like locked-in endgame ring where you at energy. The word floating around is that she's not just dating Bradley, she's emotionally already practicing being Mrs. Bradley Cooper, which honestly sounds like a designer label. Apparently, the relationship kicked off around the same time her bestie, Taylor Swift, got with Travis back in 2023, and since then the comparison game has been comparing. And look, nobody's saying Gigi is keeping a scoreboard, but insiders kind of are. Sources hint that it's been a little tough watching Taylor's romance hit the fast lane while Gigi's feels more like a scenic route with a few extra roundabouts. Like she's happy for Taylor, truly, but she's also human, and humans tend to notice when someone else's relationship is speedrunning to the big question while yours is still stretching and doing warm-ups. Gigi is anxiously waiting for Bradley to pop the question, and she's determined to get to the aisle before Taylor does. Not because she wants to steal anyone's thunder, more like she wants her own "we did it" moment without feeling like she's arriving after the credits roll. Meanwhile, Taylor isn't remotely in bridal battle mode. She's apparently focused on planning her own wedding situation, which people expect to be huge and headliney, because of course it is. And if Gigi's proposal happens, Taylor would be genuinely hyped for her. No weirdness, no petty who wore it first. Just 2 mega-famous besties trying to time love in a world where everyone acts like relationships are supposed to come with delivery tracking. And now the internet is basically auditioning Matty Healy for the role of random chaos gremlin at Taylor and Travis's wedding. Matty does a cryptic little repost online, because of course he does, and suddenly his fans are acting like they've been handed a mission from the universe. The repost includes a line that's, let's say, aggressively spicy. And even though it's not confirmed to be aimed at Taylor, people immediately start connecting dots like they're in a true crime documentary with zero evidence and maximum confidence. Next thing you know, social media is joking that Matty should interrupt the wedding, like not send a gift or stay hydrated, but full-on speak now energy, except with more mess and less fairy tale. Some commenters basically hype him up as if weddings are open mic nights and he's just got to grab the microphone before the DJ plays the first dance. Meanwhile, Swifties are not amused and come flying in like a well-trained emergency response team, dragging the idea as disrespectful and wildly unserious. The vibe is very much absolutely not today, not ever, please log off. People also start clowning the whole concept because according to the online peanut gallery, the audacity would be astronomical, especially considering Matty allegedly ghosted Taylor back in the day and is engaged himself. Like you can't RSVP maybe to a relationship and then try to RSVP main character at someone's wedding, pick a lane. And because the internet can't resist turning everything into a cinematic universe, folks start joking that Taylor's inner circle would have Matty handled before he even gets within selfie distance. There's also plenty of comedic fan fiction about imaginary legal boundaries, people joking he wouldn't even be allowed in the same city, like he's a weather system that needs to be monitored. And while the internet was busy writing its own chaotic fan fiction, Taylor and Travis were doing the most simple but deadly thing possible, holding hands in public, and sending the gossip ecosystem into a full cardiovascular event. Their first public date of 2026 shows up like a casual little hey to the cameras, except it's in Los Angeles, so of course it becomes a whole cultural moment. Sources say they rolled into a restaurant in Beverly Hills for dinner, funky specifically, like two people just trying to eat pasta in peace, except peace is illegal when you're that famous. Insiders clocked the fits too, because apparently we're all fashion detectives now. Taylor's in a gray blazer and white skirt situation. Travis is in a brown top with lighter pants, and yes, the hand-holding photo exists, which is basically the celebrity equivalent of posting a couple pic with hard launch energy.
Swift and Travis Kelce were seen out recently in Los Angeles having dinner. And this is the first time we've seen them together in a bit. We saw Taylor recently at St. Haim's wedding. According to People, it says they had a recent dinner date in LA. They were spotted on their way to having a meal at Funk Restaurant in Beverly Hills, California.
And the timing is spicy, because according to insiders, Taylor had already sparked whispers that she was in LA on Friday, like a pop star Batman signal. Meanwhile, Travis might not just be in town for vibes. There's talk he's chatting with Netflix about a potential broadcasting gig, with insiders floating the idea of him being their exclusive sports correspondent, which honestly tracks, because Travis has the kind of charisma that makes even a weather report feel like halftime entertainment. Also, nobody's got a firm answer yet on his NFL future, and that's where things get extra wait what's the plan. He was talking recently about taking time to figure out what comes next in football, and he's already had those end-of-season conversations with people in the team facility. The vibe is, he's not rushing, he's thinking, and he's still very much in love with the game, like he isn't throwing the cleats into the ocean just yet.
I got so much love for this team, this organization, and the people here. So I'll spend some time with them, go through exit meetings tomorrow, and get close to the family and figure things out. Who knows? Either it hits me quick, or I got to take some time. I think last year it was a little bit easier. I think I knew right away I wanted to kind of give this one a shot. So I don't know. We'll see.
And now the gossip universe switches lanes and goes straight into courtroom tea territory, with Blake Lively apparently trying to hit the delete for everyone button on her text messages with Taylor Swift. Yep, there's a new twist in the Justin Baldoni lawsuit situation because a bunch of evidence is getting tossed around, and Blake reportedly wants certain things sealed or redacted, including her private messages with Taylor, which is a very relatable impulse, because who among us hasn't wanted to launch our old texts into the sun the minute a situation gets messy? Except most of us don't have our texts potentially becoming legal exhibits, so congrats to everyone for winning the normal life lottery. Blake missed a deadline and then popped up asking a judge to seal 3 specific things, and one of those is her Taylor conversation.
She wants 3 things specifically sealed for your eyes, and that is text messages between her and Taylor Swift.
Meanwhile, the hilarious part, if you can call anything legal hilarious, is that Taylor apparently isn't making the same request. According to what's being floated around, Taylor's not scrambling to keep anything under wraps, and that's making Blake's "please hide this" energy look even more suspicious.
Taylor Swift did not file any motion to seal these text messages. She's basically saying, it's fine with me. Just show them to the world.
The internet naturally reads that as, uh-oh, those texts must be spicy, or awkward, or both. Because if one person is begging for the vault and the other is like, whatever, show the group chat, people are going to assume the group chat is about to be a whole season of television. And then you've got this commentator-journalist type floating around in the coverage, basically implying that Blake's desire to seal those messages could mean they don't exactly help her case. Not saying that's true, but sources say that's the vibe being pushed, like the texts might make her look contradictory, or at least not aligned with how she wants to be seen in the lawsuit narrative. And here's where it gets even juicier. The judge may not be thrilled about the timing because the request allegedly came in late, and apparently the court had already indicated the public has a right to see the messages. So Blake's doing the legal version of sprinting for the closing elevator, waving papers like, "Wait, wait, wait," while everyone else is like, "Ma'am, the button's already been pressed." And now we pivot from courtroom chaos to the wholesome corner of the internet, where Matt Damon is basically applying for membership in the Kylie Kelce fan club. The latest New Heights episode turns into a full-on appreciation session because Matt shows up and immediately acts like he's walked into the final boss level of parenting, Jason Kelce's house. Travis teed up a little girl dad advice question, and Matt basically laughed and waved the white flag, implying Jason's already deep in the trenches. And honestly, fair, because insiders remind us Jason and Kylie have 4 tiny humans under 6, which is less family and more very cute stampede.
Girl dad advice for Jason over here.
Man, I got nothing. I got nothing for you. You're in it.
Then Matt, also a girl dad, gets all nostalgic because he could hear kids in the background before they even started recording, and that apparently unlocked dad memories like a Pixar montage.
I heard before we started, I heard the kids in the back. I was like, oh my God.
Sources say he drops a story from a Montana restaurant moment where the chef, who knows Matt, basically reported back that Kylie is an absolute rock star in public. The image painted is Kylie walking in with a baby on one arm, toddlers and kids orbiting her like adorable satellites, and still somehow functioning like a CEO.
You guys went to eat, or at least your wife did, at a restaurant in Montana. Ming Tsai is the chef there, and Ming's a friend of mine, and he told me, and this was the greatest thing, he goes, Jason Kelce's wife is a rock star. She's got like an 8-month-old on one arm. She's got a toddler here. She had 4 kids hanging off her. He was like, she is a boss.
And now the Swiftyverse gets even weirder because Stephen Colletti is casually revealing he had a whole Taylor Swift cinematic moment back in the day, yet somehow didn't mention it to Donna Kelce while filming The Traitors. The cast was basically treating Donna like America's mom, chatting about her baking cookie vibes and how she's way sharper than people assume, like a low-key business brain in a mom package. Everyone was terrified to even whisper her name for banishment because the Swifties were allegedly lurking in spirit, ready to spawn like video game villains if anyone dared.
People started throwing her name around. Everyone was like, I don't want to throw Donna's name out there. It was like, the Swifties are going to come for me. It's like, so everyone was afraid of the Swifties right off the jump. Like,
Stephen apparently admitted the Taylor connection was living rent-free in everyone's heads, which is hilarious because he literally starred as Taylor's love interest, aka the "you look sweet but you're actually the problem" guy in the White Horse video in 2009. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.